Welcome, everybody, to Town Hall meeting number 116. It's the monthly Workgroup Updates Town Hall. And today we are being joined by Ayo, Guillermo, Vanni, Amayo, Ashley, Clement, Collie, Eric, Esse, Kevin, Malik, Mikasa, Sergio, Vasu, William, and Billy. Thanks all for joining in. You pretty much all know the drill, I reckon. This is the one town hall in the month, which is basically just workgroup updates. All the work groups we have will share what they've been doing and what they're up to. And yeah, that's the main point of the agenda. And I will get started with a quick reminder on what the ambassador program even is and what we're doing. We're a bunch of like-minded individuals that are in tune with the SingularityNet ecosystem mission and vision, and we want to help out, contribute to it. We have a wide range of self-organizing work groups. And if you want to help out, I'm pretty sure we have a work group suited to your talents. So do hop onto our Discord server. You'll find a how to join section there. It will explain you how to join. Hope to see you there. Then a couple of mentions before we get to the real beef of today. First of all, the vote on ASI Alliance and Kudos potentially joining just closed. It ran until 18 UTC, so 10 minutes ago. Looks approved. Still awaiting like fully official final results. But by the looks of it, there will be a fourth project joining the alliance. For those that don't know, Kudos is all about decentralized compute. So it's a nice addition to the tech stack. There have been some articles on how it interacts with, for example, NuNet and Hypercycle, which are already part of the SingularityNet ecosystem and also touching on compute power. So if you're interested in that, yeah, there's some documents to dive into. Then, yeah, I figured it would be good to give a quick reminder on the Q4 budget and the process of it. Right now, we're in a situation where basically there's a deadline tomorrow, end of day UTC. There has been a previous iteration for consent, and then, well, there was feedback, and work groups have adjusted their proposals. The deadline for that was the end of day Sunday. And yeah, now we're in the middle of 3 days where all the core contributors can give their feedback to the adjusted proposals. And hopefully we'll get some to pass. Further discussions on this will be in the Open Governance workgroup on Thursday. Let me grab the number. I don't know top of mind. I believe 1614 UTC. There we go. Yeah, during that session, we'll try to hash out how to move on and see what kind of feedback was given. Then two quick ones. Thursday, first at 10 UTC, so relatively early start. We have the monthly workgroup syncing call. This is an open call for everybody. Its intention is to have the work groups exchange information on, well, how they're dealing with stuff, and then sharing lessons to be learned by the other work groups. Then at 18 UTC, there's a deep funding town hall. This one is about the monthly circle reports. So it's quite similar to the current town hall, but then in deep funding setting instead of ambassador program. And additionally, some of the upcoming changes for round 5 will be addressed as well. That's it from my side on the start of this call. And then without further ado, let's dive in to the workgroup updates. And starting off, I'm reusing a previous iteration of the slides organized by theme, let's say. So this is where I hope the person on the ambassador account is actually Tefo, because Tefo would be first up. Let's see if it's Tefo. Complete silence.
No, Peter, I said I dropped that in chat.
Cool.
It's not Evo, it's Lokizi.
No worries, no worries. That's all good. At the same time, the first page pretty much is represented by Tefo, so without him being in the room, I think I'll just park it for now. There's a chance he might drop in later. Cool. Yeah, then let's just get started with the second page. Starting off with Strategy Guild. Looking through the list of participants to see who I can give the honor, but feel free to unmute and
I are here, but can somebody else go on while I just sort myself, and then I'll be able to share. I'll be sharing on behalf of Strategy Guild and Marketing Guild. So if I could just get like a 10 minutes.
Yeah, sure thing. All right. That brings us to governance workgroup. Let's see who we have in the house. I see plenty of people. I'm not sure who's gonna give the update this month.
I've just seen the chat. I'll try. Yeah, so most of governance work group for the last month has been focused on the consent process for the Q4 budgets and Q3 quarterly reports. We've been doing quite a lot to try and make the process a little bit more engaging and to make sure that people know what's going on. So Guillermo designed some infographics, which you will have seen being posted in the chat. And I did say the word budget, so we all have to drink. So yeah. We've had infographics encouraging people to get their budgets in on time, and a really nice one with the timeline so that people are aware of where we're at in the process. And then Essay and Colleen and I worked on a kind of summary of the objections that came in round two, so that even though we've got the spreadsheet, sometimes people find that a little bit difficult to read. So we kind of tried to make it a bit easier so that people can see what has been said. And yeah, we're now at the stage where we're trying to publicise the fact that tomorrow is the deadline for people to get in their final round three, either objections or consents. And it's probably worth saying now that it is important to consent as well as object. If you are happy with the work group's budget, you still need to fill the form in and say, yes, I'm happy, because work groups need to get 80% of those who take part in order to get funding. Today in the meeting, in the governance workgroup meeting, we were also talking a little bit about what might be another process that we could use. The consent process we're using at the moment was only ever meant to be an experiment, and we're at the stage now where a lot of people are feeling really knackered by it, because it is, it's a demanding process. And so we are talking about whether it's time. Well, have we learned as much as we can from it? And, is it time to try a different approach? Obviously, that's going to be partly to do with a full retrospective of the whole thing, which is something that we're planning on, and we hope people will come and get involved in that. But there's also a document that we've created to try and get people to ideate on possible new approaches. And unfortunately, I haven't got it handy, so I'm going to get it in a minute and post it in the chat. But I'm sure there are other things that I've missed out that we've done in the last month. If anyone's got anything to add, please do.
Budget.
You wanted to say something, Colleen?
I just said one word. I said budget.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a recurring theme, absolutely. All right, cool. Thanks a lot. Yeah, seeing topic wise, it's pretty much overlapping with the open governance work group. I'll skip that one. Quick note on the work group syncing call, which is on here. I don't see it as a workgroup update, but at the same time, yeah, an additional option of reminding pretty much everybody who's interested to join in on Thursday, the 10 UTC. Yes, 10 UTC it is. That workgroup Sync does have an open agenda. So if you have any topics you feel like, well, it would be a great thing if workgroups would discuss this among each other, don't hesitate. Please put it into the Ambassador General channel. There's literally no bad agenda items. If it somehow turns out that after a couple of minutes we're done discussing it, well, great. Then we at least covered it. So yeah, don't hesitate and please suggest agenda items there. Nothing, some more people. Cool. That does bring us to the onboarding workgroup. Let's see, do we have love in the room? Who do we have? Boarding call for onboarding.
Hi everyone.
Ah, there we go.
So I'll be giving a little breakdown on the updates for this month. So basically for the month we've been able to do some few check-ins which we have looked out for the month of September. Sorry, I'm a bit busy. So for the month of September, we've been able to do some check-ins, which Sukrin, Vani, and everyone has been able to come into an agreement. We had a dispute recently, and we've been able to come up with ways we can go about it. Basically, we had also a GitHub session. We're also planning on having a GitHub session as well for next month. We've actually done trainings for the onboarding, and yet persons that are yet to be onboarded as well. So we still look forward to getting to reaching out our goals and lay down plans for Q4 as we progress. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Ayo, you have your hand up.
Oh yes, yeah, thank you, Peter. I was just I was signifying to say I can go now if that's okay, and I can just do for marketing guild at the same time.
Absolutely,
If
yeah.
that's fine.
That's perfectly fine. Oh, yes.
All right. All right. So, yeah, so good evening, everybody from here. My name is Ayo, speaking on behalf of the Strategy Guild. This month, September, has been quite eventful for the guild. We've been able to accomplish a number of things. At the beginning of the quarter, we had our workshop, and we used the stipulated time for the regular meetings to run the workshops. Now, we've decided as a guild to make meetings bi-weekly in the bid to reduce overhead and to also make allowances for our workshops. In Q4, we proposed to have 2 workshops. Previously, we had workshops that revolved around outbound work groups like writing, video, and marketing guild. And some of the solutions that came up in the workshop have been adopted by the writers work group, and then some of them have also featured in the market initiatives proposed by Marketing Guild. And so in September, we realized that when we come together in workshops and come up with solutions. It's also important to be able to track how easily adoptable or adaptable the solutions are. And that has informed the reason why we needed to create a async follow-up initiative of 4 people within the strategy guild, basically, which would be to be able to understand how the solutions that we spend time and effort and bring to bring together to see how it's going, so that it's not just a forgotten experiment. And we have also been able to establish the core members of Strategy Guild, which basically was informed by the concerns from the Q3 budget as regards to saying that anybody who is going to be able to make recommendations that betters the program has to be somebody who is within the program. And so therefore, one of the yardstick to become a core member of Strategy Guild is to be active in 5 work groups in the program. And then, so we've been able to put that together as a working document. And just people have formed the basic core and membership team to drive the Q4 task and roles. So yeah, so that's about that for Strategy Guild. And for Marketing Guild, we spent September successfully drafting the inclusivity of the core members, and to make sure that we finally have a marketing guild, where coming from the point where it was difficult to pick a marketing guild lead at the beginning, we have come to a place where we have a functional decentralized leadership of core marketing guild members and then task force. And of course, this is reflected in hours and in the queue for budgets. Number 2, a milestone or achievement for this month is to be drafting a community survey for the quarter by the ops team. So Marketing Guild is mostly about ops analytics, one group, and then the other subgroup is the the communications and the creatives. All right, so the ops teams were able to draft the community survey, and then we now have community initiative from the comms side of the guild. The task force members have also been integrated into the system. So the people who formed the core for Marketing Guild were mostly people who showed interest in taking up the leadership of the guild at the time that Judith made the post, and sometimes at the end of Q2. And now task force members are other people who would like to contribute. And now we also been able to have contributor spotlights, taking major boosts with 3 major gives. We had the LATAM, we had onboarding, and ongoing is the African Guild. That brings me to the end of the updates from Marketing Guild. Thank you.
And you. Thanks a lot for that. A quick check. Essay, I believe you wanted to maybe touch on a campaign you're doing. I think that is coming from Marketing Guild's side, right? Sorry to put you on the spot like this, but if you want, you can just latch on.
Okay, I wasn't expecting this.
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm just going to read through. So currently we have an initiative called Community Initiatives to engage the what is it called now? The SingularityNet ecosystem as a whole. I think we almost have seen something that Judith dropped a couple of months.
Quick check. Is it just me or?
I was about to say that I think Maybe a network or something.
All right. Okay, I'm getting confirmation that from multiple sources it's not me. We'll get back in a second, I guess. Not sure what the best fix for this would be. And it looks like SN now completely dropped from the call. Right. She'll return shortly, I'm sure. And then yeah, we can just hop back here. All right. Next on the list will be the archival work group. Fanny?
Yeah. All right, so Archives Workgroup this month, we've had some really interesting updates from Ubio, whose work you had a presentation on earlier this quarter in a town hall, which you might remember Essay doing. He's been looking at how to implement a RAG process on a PDF. And obviously, eventually, we want to incorporate docs and PDFs into the material that our RAG process will use when querying the archive. So I'm just going to post in the chat a video update from Ubio about what he's been doing and a link to his collab so you can have a look if you're that way inclined. You're also going to see some updates to the meeting summary tool at the moment. It's got a new kind of daytime look. We are going to reinstate a nighttime look as well. So don't panic if you prefer it that way. But we are anticipating, hopefully, that the funding will be approved in order to kind of could do a complete update of the tool. But at the moment, we're prioritizing things that are going to improve it for documenters. I would screen share, but I don't think at the moment I have the capacity to do so just because of my connection. But one of the things that we've done is that the sort of the fields that were very long lines that you had to scroll along to see what you'd written are now kind of text fields that you can see the whole thing. And it's just a lot easier to use, I think. Future plans, what's coming up? Soon we're going to be coming to a town hall near you to share some stuff around our approach to not only open source working in the context of archives and record keeping, but also just an open source culture in the Ambassadors programme as a whole. I know the whole topic of open source is something that has taken off before as a discussion in the past. So I know there's a lot of people who are committed to it and interested in it. So hopefully it's going to raise interest. But meanwhile, something that people might like to have a look at, we've got a working doc on how to make a document community owned. There's a few comments in it already, but people can comment if they've got any other thoughts. It's like, once a document is in the system and it's something that's been created by a work group, how do we make it something that's not just owned by the person who created it, but something that's owned as a resource by the whole community? So that's kind of our updates for this month, and you can always keep an eye on our GitHub board, which I've just added a link to in the chat to keep an overview of what we're up to. Thanks a lot.
Nice, thank you. And for sharing those links. Cool. Then next on the list would be R&D guilds, for which we have Guillermo in the house.
Hi everyone, hope you can receive me well. Connection have been failing down here, down south, but hey, so I put together some slides, so I'm going to share. Okay, and we use this opportunity as the quarter three is closing last month to give a full update. I'm going to share this presentation later on the chat, so you guys can go through all of it. This is you're going to find links to the quarterly report presented to the community with all the links. But to go from the beginning to the end orderly, I put this together. So a full update on operations and on proposals developments. We have a team that rescue the skill database, AJ and Advanced, aka Emmanuel. They're both here. Really happy to onboard them on the R&D. You're going to find all links to deliverables on the links on the presentation. And we are very happy to mention that they have presented a month ago, I think last month, and internally to the guild, and it's looking really good. This is going to integrate with with the Web3 contributors dashboard that Rojo also finished and delivered 100% of a proposal. Everything's can be found again on the GitHub repos that are part of the Q3 report from the guild and in this presentation. Also, we make a decision in regards to the social media dashboard. We licensed some tools. This went through a voting process internally where all members consent. That was an easy consent, having in mind our governance, actual status. And this is going to be a very helpful tool for the guild and the program itself. Then we have the reputation SP tokens, soulbound token developed by Kenichi. First milestone deliverables completed. Everything can be again found in the GitHub repo. Link attached on this presentation. And the good news is it's going to have a milestone 2 coming next quarter. We have total and final deliverables from the impact of lingual difference from Rubio, and final total deliverables from the research of inclusivity. I think I messed up the numbers here, but again, 6 proposals finished and deliverables. Still, we're gonna make all guilds members will make a decision on how we move forward with the entity connection. We have put together a team to assess the deliverables on the repo and to figure out what we do. If we push hard and we push to deliver, or we pause, or we cancel the proposal. This is still TBD. Then again, you're going to find everything here on the link. R&D new proposal submission was deployed. And we have 4 new proposals for this Q4. Here in this slide number 11, you're going to find here on top the voting form and follow the procedure to vote for the proposals. You're going to find these 4 proposals attached with each link and a short overview of what this proposal is about. Remember, here is just positive voting. We don't unvote in the ambassador program. We vote for the positive. We have like a quorum minimum amount, and we will deliver and deploy what the community think we should, and we will invest our time and resources on that. So the idea is to innovate together. You're gonna again find everything here on the presentation, attached links, and everything you need to participate in this very important decision. Started on the 18th. We have already 4 or 5 votes. Pretty good with all the things that are going around, and it's finishing October the 1st. So after this one, we're going to have a beer, and then we're going to see what we built. And that's that from the R&D. Let's go straight into the LATAM. Yeah, it's on. Okay. So again, you're going to find all links to the report, the Q3 report. It was pretty substantial. I want to try to summarize it so I don't bore you, but we have been following a roadmap. We draft in on the 2 months of the Q2 that we have been keep designing with the new onboard members. We have developed this month a workshop for operations, GitHub project management, issues, so forth, following the good practice of the program and copy pasting everything archival, onboarding, and other work groups have been teaching us to do. So if you've joined one of their meetings, you're gonna learn a lot, as we did, and then we try to teach the new onboard members. I can see Sergio is here, and here is Sergio. We onboard Sergio from Bolivia. So very happy to see him here. It's not the first time he's been part of these town halls. So the good thing is he have been learning, he have been participating in education, in some other work groups and guilds, and he's gonna suck all the good data and he's gonna bring it to the LATAM guild and help following the good practices. And then we, onboard. This one is a great asset too. Dani Alves from Brazil, big Cardanian, big crypto and AI enthusiast with a big experience in communication, a big shot. And education. He pays all her education in this side. So he's going to bring all that power into the ambassador to scale properly and help us taking Guillermo out of the screen sometime and helping with town halls and all of that, hopefully. And then what else we have been doing? I hope this one move forward. Okay. Through the member collective initiative that we emulate from the African Guild, we participated in the ADN a month ago and into the Crecimiento R, this big, huge event that was in Buenos Aires for almost a one month pop-up city. We have already shared that last report, but this time we're going to nerdearla, that it's a 10-year anniversary event from a nerd community, from all tech people and software people, not influencers, really deep on developers. They started today. We participated today online. We are going to participate tomorrow. You're going to find everything here. You guys want to join? This is quite amazing. This has been happening for 10 years. Big numbers, and we're going to be there on site on Friday with one of our members that is sitting in Buenos Aires. That is Martin. Okay. Big speakers, but don't think this is a cool thing happening in a great theater. A lot of fun people around and with a lot of big sponsors. But the thing is that this was created 10 years ago by a guy that didn't have a place to chat about code with others. And he put this together, and from this place on have been happening great things. And we're going to take the SingularityNet power and spice from the LATAM Ambassadors Guild into site. And hopefully we're going to spread out some amount of stickers that we put together, and we're going to make some noise. And again, we're going to make some interviews, and we're going to keep pushing in our media. Then we have, as presented on the Q4 new proposal report, we have been working for the last month for X-Space strategy initiative. So we're going to invade this platform and its algorithm that is quite amazing, and push hard to put the SingularityNet in the region. You're going to find more in here. That's a lot of words for one slide. The idea is to we failed starting 2 weeks ago, my bad. So we're trying to be realistic and starting October 3rd and go through the process, one specific program, and then the next week, a news update, AI enthusiasm mixed with what is happening in news around. Dan is going to help, and Sergio, that is here, that was his initiative. And following the all hands update from SingularityNet that Haley is hosting. So we are going to try to do that in Spanish, bring in all the inputs that Peter and others are putting in the table, and we will translate them and try to put things out. Yeah, and our plans for next quarter, there's a bunch of them. Let's see if we can 4 of them. That would be nice. And yeah, you're going to find here all the blogs and everything. Again, I'm going to keep it short. That's it. Conclusions, there's a bunch. Probably we fail in a lot of the efforts. but we're learning and we keep it as fun as possible. But thank you for the time. I'm going to share this on the chat.
Fantastic, Guillermo.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you, guys. Looking for more fun.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I love the way you put the slides together. Let me quickly try and find my slides. They should be not far. Cool. Moving on, and also quickly looking at the clock, we might be somewhat on schedule. I do see I copied this slide from slides I did not make myself, and there's overlap, so this is going to be interesting. Let's see. Well, starting off with AI ethics workgroup and the Global Ethics Initiative. Vanessa?
Yeah. Right. Well, we've been quite busy this month in the AI ethics work group. We had a training session on qualitative research interview techniques, and if anybody is interested in what we talked about but wasn't able to make it, I've just put a link to the slides in the doc. And of course, that means that we're just about to start actually going out and doing some interviews. There's a really wide range of different kinds of people being interviewed. Workgroup members are kind of talking to their friends and their colleagues and their family members. And, it's quite a grassroots approach. A lot of the interviews are being done face to face, which is just really exciting. And it's nice to get this kind of real world input on how people feel AI should be developed in an ethical way. So it would be really interesting to start getting that data in. We've also had some quite interesting discussions on knowledge management. We just had a meeting today with the Global AI Ethics Initiative on how we are actually going to manage the data that comes in, which is always an interesting process. I mean, maybe not everybody finds it interesting, but from an archives background, I think it's really exciting how we make sure that this data is analysed and is reachable and is something that people can learn from. The work groups also had some really interesting discussions in the last month on things around money, work, and pay. And this week in our meeting, we looked at particularly the question of should we pay people if they do work badly? And of course, who decides what is badly? What does that mean? Should we use an assessment of capability when we're assigning tasks to people? So with the workgroup sync call tomorrow, this might be a question that is of interest to all work groups. And I think we've shared this doc before, but it's just a kind of summary of some of the issues that we have discussed and how they might affect other work groups. And yeah, that's about it from us. And you can always see our GitHub board there. Right.
Awesome. Thanks for that, and for the link as well. I'll make sure after the call to just post the meeting notes or the meeting chat into the Ambassador General channel, because there's just too many links to too many good stuff to just capture all. I'll just put the full file on there. Awesome. Yeah, as I said, this slide is a mess. Archives we went over. Education we did not yet. Who can I give the honors of updating us on education?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Sure can, yes. Also, all yours.
So we are working towards CCP and we are all done with it, and the automation is done, and all PDFs have been lined up and we are ready to do the exam, and we're gonna push that up in the first week of this October, and we are working upon having webinars upon educating about the governance structures and the processes and the decision-making tools and all. And we are working upon presentation series. And and there's big course coming. It's going to be uploaded on YouTube. SA is leading it up. It's going to be AI for beginners. So yeah, that's it.
Nice. Thanks a lot. Looking forward to those exams going live. It's milestone being worked towards for a long time. Very curious. Cool. Then messy slides are indeed we already had. Gamers Guilds. Do we have Slate in the room? Someone else?
Yep, I'm here. Actually, I can give a small update if everyone is interested. Okay, so about the Gamers Guild, this month, Slate had proposed the hunger system to be implemented in the Roblox map, and the overall structure of the map to be divided into 3 different parts on the same base plate. And it would actually be the levels for a player to be passed for him to be able to granted access into the ambassador's university. And most of the stuff would be playful and fun activity while educating the players along the way. And one other big update was partnership with Sophiaverse. Slate had a call with Sophiaverse developers, and thanks to Colleen actually for reaching out to Sophiaverse developers and spreading the word about what Gamers Guild is developing. So Barrick, who is one of the Sophiaverse developers, had proposed a potential collaboration around testing AI implementation into the VR characters onto the Roblox platform using APIs and JSON file integration. And Gamers Guild members would provide more like a testing environment for those APIs and AI characters into the Roblox system. What else? Other than that, this month we had finalized video workgroup creation, including animation and integration. And one other structural completion of education guild building. And 4 other guilds are also in progress and continuous development by the Gamer Guild members. And yeah, that's all, I guess, if I am not missing anything. Thanks a lot.
Cool. Thank you. Just can't stop help laughing about the comment in chat. Did I hear Sophia Wars? Nah, Sophia Verse. But
Yes, sorry for that. I have a bad accent.
Nice. Cool. Then yeah, this one is a proper mess as well. We had marketing already. We did not have writers group yet. Yeah, Kenichi, are you in the room? I think I saw you earlier. Oh, I do see you, Kenichi. If you're with us, would you mind sharing an update on writers?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, it works.
Okay. Hello, everyone. The update on writers workgroup is pretty short. I'll try to keep it short. For our monthly numbers, we are looking really good. We're on over 1,000 views on Medium right now. And currently our audience is sitting above 300 subscribers, which even exceeds our expectations for Q3. And yeah, so also with the community page, we are looking at 150 subscribers. And that's a huge increase compared to, I think, like 70 last month. So yeah, and also with the Twitter, our Twitter engagement has been really nice. We even with the quarterly analytics, we are currently about 30K there or so impressions for the past two months and about let's say 3 weeks. And also for the writers group, we managed to onboard about 2 new people this past month. And yeah, currently we're not taking in any new applications for now, but once that changes, we'll be definitely be sharing that with the community. And our community page is also getting a bit more traction now. We are currently more focused on a series now. We are reading, and our next book on the We Are Reading series is one from Ben Kotso himself. Yeah, that will be going out in a couple of days, so please stay tuned for that. And yeah, I think yeah, also we've been working on improving our quarterly updates. So we've been assigning individuals in the work group like scriptlers to specific meetings so they could track the deliverables or the documentation also from there, and we can use that to draft up our quarterly updates, therefore basically removing any bit of delay. And right now we've not done the point system for this month, so once that is ready, we'll probably add it to the Q3 analytics. So yeah, basically we have for like the past 2 weeks now, we've exceeded most of the KPIs we're going for this quarter. So right now we're just taking a break kind of and trying to set up for the next quarter and ensure that we can bring in better numbers. So yeah, thank you.
Great to hear, and thank you. Then let's see. We have yeah, we'll run over a little bit this time, I imagine. But let's try and keep it relatively short. Next one is a video work group, and I think Tusho, Casey, not sure who to give the.
Oh, let me. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, all good.
All right. So for video work group, this month we actually established our quality control team, where individuals are going to actually inspect videos to make sure they align with our brand guidelines, and also tags to make sure tags have been done adequately and efficiently. So that has been done, and we now are working on videos. I think we have 6 videos in the pipeline. So currently, we hope that before the end of the month, they will be all done and then uploaded on our status, on our socials. Sorry, and also our numbers are looking great. On YouTube, we had an increase of 13% in subscriptions and 58% in engagement. For Instagram, there was an increase of 13% in followers, 7% in engagement. For TikTok, 12% in followers, 249% in engagement. And for Twitter, we have an sorry guys, sorry for the background noise. For Twitter, we had an increase of 8% in followers, and for engagement, 14%. So our numbers are quite well, but there's still room for growth, and hopefully we are going to get to more followers and more engagement by the end of this quarter. So I think that's all for video work group.
Great stuff. Nice to hear that as well as writers, numbers are going up on video as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Then last but not least on the list, seeing we already had covered Latam, would be African Guild. And Clement, I think you're taking this one?
Yeah,
Go for it.
the last in this. Yeah, but it's nice for the African Guild. We're doing just fine. Our meetings for the month have now been bi-weekly. We as a guild have completed our initiative and contribution framework documents. We have also been able to, within the guild, create some sort of a document review team to ensure that the documents that we pull out from the guild are a lot more accurate and have been closely assessed. And we've also introduced GitHub into operations officially as well. We also have been able to complete the second phase of our continental market penetration research. And we have been able to identify a couple of institutions that will be helping us with our outreach engagements for the guild in coming quarters, with the ethics to host an in-person event in Nigeria, Africa, basically scheduled for this Saturday. I'll just give Ese a couple of minutes to just run through as more like a final announcement for the event here. So Ese, please do the announcement.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm so sorry that I had to hop off the other time because of connectivity issue. So for the AI Ethics Expo, where we are at right now is we're done with organization, and we've been able to get a new space for the event, which is going to be switched still in Abuja. And we've started having content and links being distributed across. So I'm just going to drop the link so that for any of us that is interested, if you can make it down to Abuja, that would be nice. And or if you are in Abuja and you want to participate, because it's a close-knitted event, you would have to like register to be part of the event. And we have a cap, right? So if you're interested, you can just like register, because we already have people already registering for the event already. So I think that's about it for the event.
And just to add to that, we're gonna be having a pre-event roundtable this week, Friday, and we're gonna be discussing around harmonizing traditional values with cutting-edge technology, and we're gonna be speaking from the African context. And honestly, promises to be electrifying. We're gonna be sharing links for us to be part of that roundtable session. And for those who would not be able to make it down there, there will be provision of links for us to join the events virtually on Saturday. That's much from the African Guild. Thank you very much.
Good stuff. Thanks a lot for sharing. Looking forward to that event. Spoiler, I'm not going to be able to make it, but I imagine there will be coverage. Hopping back to Essay on earlier, connection got cut, but feel free to have another go at it.
Okay, thank you. Peter, why do you say you can't make it? I think it's something that you can if you want to. But you can actually join virtually, like Clement already said. So for the community initiative, so we are tagging it Community Creatives Initiative. And like I said, the initiative is to engage the SingularityNet community in a creative manner. And so I'll drop the document when I'm done. So the mission of this objective is to engage the broader audience of the SingularityNet across different platforms. And the initiative should be accessible activities, and it should increase brand awareness and engagement, and also be be inclusive enough. So this campaign is not just targeted to it's not just targeted to just English campaigns. You can also come up with fun campaigns that you want to engage the maybe like Latin community, African community, Indonesian community, like I spoke with Goga the other day, or whatever community. So these engagements, these campaigns can be, for example, digital arts competition, SNet themed pumpkin caving contest, or any contest that you feel that is in line with what's it called now, holidays, or a specific thing that you do in your culture or in your geographical location at the moment. It can also encompass some giveaways. That's we also want to put spotlight on Ben Gotzel's new book or other relevant literature. So also you can also want to do like merchandise giveaways as well. Also you can also want to come up with like interactive games that interact the community, maybe on Discord, on Twitter, or anywhere else. We can also have, like I said, regional wide engagement fun initiative. So it shouldn't be, you have to take note that these campaigns shouldn't be technical, or it might be technical, but not so technical, because ideally the aim is to engage both the non-technical members as well, because it's not everybody in the SingularityNet ecosystem that are devs or that are super inclined with technical jargons. So the proposer has to follow a guideline which is clear, objective, target audience, execution plan, budget, expected outcomes, and filtering process. So also depending on your on what you're putting in for the community initiative, you also have to be budget inclined. So in as much as we're not putting a specific cap to how much you can request for, but we also need to be mindful, right? So for example, if you are doing an arts contest, for example, you should not be requesting for a ridiculous sum of $10,000 or $5,000. So it has to be concise and it has to be reasonable, right? So that's like and that was one of the reasons why some of the proposals that was put in previous round didn't get any feedback because of that budget constraint, and also some were much more technical. So for this initiative, it should be super fun and super engaging. So I'm just going to drop the link to the document again so that you can actually read through, and then we'll also drop the form link again in the channel so that everybody can fill the form. And there's a deadline. Before, the deadline was this weekend, but however, because we've been busy with the budgeting and stuff like that, we'll be pushing the deadline to mid-October so that people can have time to put in their proposal. Thank you, everybody.
Nice. Thank you. And looking forward to see what gets submitted there. All right. I believe we made it to the end of the list, unless I now click and the next slide is just more work groups, but no, that's not the case. Yeah, seeing looking at the clock, we're 11 minutes past the full hour. I do want to give a quick moment for any urgent topics, any urgent questions. If it's a full-on topic, yes, we don't have that much time, but I do want to give some space for yeah, feel free to raise your hand and speak up and ask something if you have any questions. A quick note on what we started off. Basically, the groups that Teva usually gives an update on. I guess I'll simply ask for a quick line or two written on the work groups so that we, yeah, as a wider program, also have a bit of an update there. I think that concludes it. Thanks all for being here and sharing your time. Yeah, as you can see on the slide, next time was next week, Tuesday, 18 UTC, as always. Yeah, do have a nice remainder of the week and hope to see you in one of our many upcoming community calls. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
very
Peter, for
much.
hosting. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good week.